Hi guys, welcome back to Irish Footy Vlogs. Welcome to the First Division show. And today we're going to look back on Friday's games and give our predictions for the games in the week upcoming. It was one game on Saturday last week, in fairness, where Longford Town entertained Cobh Ramblers. Let's get straight into this one. First up at Marcus Field on Friday night, it finished Treaty United 0, Bray Wanderers 1. This was Treaty United's second consecutive defeat of the season. In fact, their second consecutive 1-0 defeat of the season, having lost at Turner's Cross to Cork City the previous week. Bray Wanderers will be absolutely delighted with this. They have 4 points from 2 games, but this was an excellent 3 points. Soft pitch in Marcus Field, as you'd expect. Brilliant to get the games go ahead, and the First Division fixture list hasn't been affected so far, which is fantastic too. But Billy O'Neill with the only goal of the game in the second half, and it was a superb header. Very good player, Billy O'Neill, not expecting him to score a header like that. A good cross from Ryan Kelly, but Billy O'Neill an awful lot to do, so he did, and finished brilliantly. In the first half, Achara had an excellent chance though for Bray Wanderers. The Nigerian just hit past the right hand post. Treaty United an excellent chance before the end to equalise with a couple of minutes to go. Mark Byrne on his substitute really should have scored. He just couldn't get a good enough connection onto the ball, and it just squirmed into Jimmy Corcoran's hands, and ultimately Treaty get no points. So a difficult start for Tommy Barrett's men, but at the same time, you know, not a disaster start. Particularly the result of performance, I should say, in Cork was actually good. Bray probably just about deserved to win, to be fair. Really good result for them. Heffernan will be delighted to be happy enough for 4 points from 2 games, with a lot to improve on as well. But finished Treaty United 0, Bray Wanderers 1 at Markets Field. So Finn Park, it finished Finn Harps 2, UCD 1. Shawnee Bradley after 10 minutes gave them the lead. Conor Turish after 65 minutes made it 2-0. And Kieran Beaton with second goal already of the season after 81 minutes scored for UCD to give them what was a consolation in the end. And ultimately in Ballybuffet, Finn Harps were much the better side in this game and probably should have scored more than the 2 goals. But they'd be delighted to get the 3 points. Absolutely delighted to get the 3 points and give them their first victory of the season. Shawnee Bradley's goal in 10 minutes was a very good goal. The 19-year-old took it very, very well to give them the lead. 164 minutes. Brilliant goal. Turish does well. Bradley does well to get back to him. And what a volley from Conor Turish to ultimately give Finn Harps the victory. It was a brilliant goal. And I'm smiling because I remember the commentator had said that it was goal of the season. We're only 2 games in, but it was a brilliant goal. It was a brilliant goal. I'm sure at the end of the season, it'll be up there as a contender. There's no doubt about it. But brilliant goal. And Finn Harps played some good football in this game. McAteer was on form, and he did well and forced a good save from the keeper. Bradley had another chance as well for Finn Harps. Zurich had a chance that just went by the post. So they had a lot of chances. UCD themselves, Corey Sheridan does make a good save from Luca Callis, and does well to get down and make a save from Killian Callis also in the second half. But Finn Harps absolutely delighted with this win. As I said, played some good football, good fast football at times as well, whilst attacking, picking up a fantastic win. And UCD obviously won the opening day of the season. They'll be a little bit disappointed. Finn Harps will be delighted that they opened their account with 3 points. So at Ferry Carrick Park, it finished Wexford FC 1, Cork City 4. And already we've had the Jekyll and Hyde of Wexford in the first 2 games. A 3-0 win in Cobh, but then a 4-1 defeat on the Cork. And Cork started very slowly last week against Treaty and were fortunate to get the 3 points. They started like a house on fire in this game and won the game comfortably. Seanie Maguire off the mark now with 2 goals. Penalty after 9 minutes. He scored again on 52. And Pongo with a wonderful goal in 16 minutes. And Keeshin on 66 minutes. Keeshin and Maguire now on 2 goals apiece already. Flynn scoring for Wexford. Cork City be delighted, 6 points from the first 2 games. I said Maguire and Keaton well off the mark already in 2 games also, and they took the lead, as I said, 9 minutes. Maguire slotting home the penalty past Paul Martin, but it was a foul on Killian Murphy, which gave them the penalty, a definite foul. Pongo 16 minutes, lovely 1-2, and wonderful finesse finish into the far corner. Brilliant goal by Pongo. And he looks set to electrify this First Division with Cork City. He did well with Harps last year, but him, Maguire and Keating is simply mouth-watering, isn't it? Maguire in 52, beautiful free kick by Killian Murphy. The youngsters making waves already for Cork City, and a lovely deft header from Maguire to finish. A Keating rounding off Cork City's goals to make it 4. Poor defended by Wexford this time. I suppose they're kind of finished, aren't they, psychologically as well. Keating helps himself with the second goal of the season. Great 3 points for Cork City. Flynn then. Cork will be disappointed a little bit with the goal because they're playing out from the back, messed it up a little bit. Wexford took advantage. Lovely finish by Flynn to make it 4-1. And as I said, a bit Jekyll and Hyde already from Wexford. It's hard to know what you're going to get from them this season. It was difficult last season, but at the same time, no disgrace losing to Cork City, especially if Cork City are on form with the likes of the 3 goal scorers. Probably all Premier Division players, to be honest with you, those 3 players, let's be honest. Wexford would be happy though, I suppose, in a way that Mikey Rowe returned for this game. He actually went close with a good effort as well, but ultimately Cork City take the 3 points. Wexford FC 1, Cork City 4 at Ferrycarrig Park. So at Mainhawk Park, I finished Kerry FC 0, Athlone Town 1. Killian Towlett, with 3 minutes to go, scores his first goal for Athlone Town, the loanee from Galway United. And it's a good 3 points for Athlone because along with Cork City, they've got a 100% record, 6 points from the first 2 games. And there wasn't really much in this game, to be honest with you. Kerry FC will be very disappointed that they lost it. They're joint bottom with Treaty on no points, haven't won or got any points for the first 2 games. So I'll be a little bit disappointed with that. The Kerry side, and as I said, there wasn't much in the game. They'll also be disappointed with the goal they conceded. McManus as well plays a through ball to Towlett. I think Matt Connor will be disappointed he doesn't save it as near post. I think he'll be very disappointed. It's struck well by Towlett. Not an awful lot of power in it though, not hard and low or anything like that. I think Matt Connor will be very disappointed he didn't keep that out, and it's a big 3 points for Athlone to win it in that fashion as well. And the only bad news for Athlone is that James Roach has already returned back to Shelbourne, unfortunately for them. Only 2 games in and Shelbourne have recalled him, which is very disappointing from Athlone's point of view. And they'd no choice. There was a recall option, I suppose, in the loan deal, and they probably would have had to pay a fee otherwise. So, you know, Shelbourne unfortunately got 2 players injured, Paddy Barrett and Casey. So they're obviously worried about that, defenders. So they've brought Roach back, and the good news is they've signed James Crawford from Wexford FC. He's a good signing, to be fair, and an excellent start for Athlone Town, winning this game in particular. I think Towlett will start more games as it goes on. He was on the bench for this one, he didn't start. But yeah, Kerry will be disappointed. I mean, they've no points, but they're very tight games, the 2 games they lost. But they'll be hoping to get off the mark very, very quickly. Kerry FC 0, Athlone Town 1 at Mount Hawk Park. Now on Saturday at Bishopsgate, finished Longford Town 1, Cobh Ramblers 2. And Cobh Ramblers will be delighted they've hit back after that very disappointing defeat in St Colman's Park in the opening day against Wexford to win this game. They'll be absolutely buzzing with that. Longford Town, a little bit disappointed, I'm sure. They got a good point at Bray in the opening day of the season, and it's it was a difficult game for them here. Cobh went into a 2-0 lead at half time. Rhys Brennan on loan from Bow is a very good player. Gave them the lead after good work from Callum Honahan. Gurdy had a chance as well in the first half for Cobh, and they seem to create more chances in this game than their Midland counterparts. And in the second half, they had a lot of chances as well, but on 38 minutes they made it 2-0. Callum Honahan, a brother of Josh Honahan, by the way, he's actually on loan from Shamrock Rovers. Shamrock Rovers signed him from Cork City and loaned him out to Cobh Ramblers, funnily enough. He made it 2-0 after the ball was deflected into the net in 38 minutes to give Cobh a comfortable lead at half time into the second half, and they had a couple of more chances, particularly Cobh, and a very good sweeping move where Gurdy just hits past the post after a lovely little flick by Rhys Brennan. But Longford Town got a penalty in 67 minutes. Aaron Dorn dispatched it. It was definitely a penalty. It was a handball, and Dorn dispatched it to give Longford hope in the game, but never really looked like equalising after that. And Keane Coleman should have really scored for Cobh to make it 3-1 later in the half. But ultimately Cobh came home with 3 points, and they'd be absolutely delighted with that. Longford, 1 point for 2 games, not a disastrous start. Hard to make them out, to be honest with you, this early in the season, but they've been competitive so far, so they'll hope to improve as the weeks go on. Cobh will be delighted, as I said, to come back after losing 3-0 home to Wexford, which was a real sickener, to be honest with you. It's a good very good 3 points to go to Longford. Now on to the predictions for Friday, and that's right, we've got 5 games on Friday also, and Athlone Town will take on Wexford FC. This is an interesting game. As I said, Jekyll and Hyde start from Wexford, and Athlone obviously 6-6. It's going to be interesting, this one. There's some exciting players, Wexford, to be fair. Athlone be disappointed that James Roach has returned to Shelbourne already on loan. Very disappointed with that. But James Crawford signed from Wexford. Be interesting to see if he makes his debut in this one, won't it? But Mikey Rowe obviously back for Wexford in the last game, so to be hoping him and Jake Doyle can strike up a bit of a partnership as well. I think Athlone might drop the first points of the season here, but I think it'll be a draw. Athlone Town 1, Wexford FC 1. St Coleman's Park, Cobh Ramblers take on Finn Harps, and it's a long trip for the Donegal men, isn't it, to the south coast to play Cobh on Friday. And Cobh were very disappointing in their first home game of the season, so they'll be hoping to hit back. Finn Harps very good last week to get the win at home. I think there'll be goals in this game. Both teams play good football, a lot of good players on show, and Rhys Brennan, excellent the last day for Cobh Ramblers. They'll be hoping that he can show that in this game. And Finn Harps, again, a lot of good young players. I've mentioned it before, like Gavin McAteer, Shawnee Bradley now as well coming into the team. And, they'll be hoping as well to experienced players like Turish and McNamee can help them and blend well with those young players. But I think Cobh might nick this one. Cobh Ramblers 2, Finn Harps 1. Turner's Cross, Cork City take on Bray Wanderers. Very good start for Cork City. Solid start, I would say, from Bray. Can Bray stop Maguire, Keishan and Mpongo? It looks like a very exciting attacking force for Cork City. And of course, young Killian Murphy coming through as well. Bray have good attacking players of their own, as we know that. Particularly Billy O'Neill. It's difficult. I think Cork City have probably 4 or 5 players that are Premier Division quality. Have Bray Wanderers got that? Probably not. Cork aren't going to win every game this season. But I just think at the start of the season and after the win last week, they started slow at home to Treaty. To be honest, they won't want that to happen again at Turner's Cross. Cork City 2, Bray Wanderers 0. Kerry FC take on Longford Town at Menhawk Park, and both teams are winless so far this season. Kerry haven't picked up any points. Longford have picked up 1. Both involved in fairly tight games, particularly Kerry. They'll be disappointed not to pick up any points so far in the way they lost at home to Athlone. So they'll be eager to hit back in this one. They'll be hoping to Coote some form in this particular game as well. Longford will be looking to the likes of Aaron Dorn. It's a tough one to predict, isn't it? I think Kerry might pinch it though. Kerry FC 1, Longford Town 0. At the UCD Bowl, UCD, who have 3 points this season, take on a pointless Treaty United. Treaty involved in 2 very tight games, a shutting a loss in Cork. Probably Bray just edged it at Markets Field, but they're not too far away, but they have to find goals from somewhere. That's the thing. UCD, Callis is in the team now. Behan has 2 goals and 2. It's a difficult one to judge, but I'll go for UCD 1, Treaty United 1. Let me know what you think in the comments. So guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of the games Friday and Saturday gone, obviously. And give us a few predictions. Subscribe to the channel. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.